Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be test fitting the manifold and turbo back into the car. We're currently filming on Boxing Day, so we'll get a nice Christmas. So effectively today I received this. It's a custom adapter plate that I've made to take this T3 speed tip manifold mount to this T4 Volvo on a turbo. This is being made by a chap named Dave Everton, and he's 3D printed 2 prototypes. This is the second prototype. I'm just going to test fit it today to make sure this fits perfectly, and then he's going to send it off to his machine shop and get it machined in metal. So yeah, just going to try and mount this to the engine. Just to show the amount of detail that Dave is going through this custom build, he's turned down the heads on these cap head bolts. As you can see, that's what a normal one looks like, and that's a turn one, down one, way thinner. He's also custom made these top hats for me, and you'll see why they come in useful in a minute. He's also made these screw inserts because this was the manifold was a really weird thread. So we bought some thread bolts off the internet and then drilled them out so we'd fit these. I think these are M8. Really cool stuff he's done. Attention to detail was insane. So I've got the manifold in place. Now I need to attach the adapter plate to it. So that is the adapter plate now installed, and now to install the turbo. Obviously there's going to be gaskets in between there and there, but yeah, it should be good. Okay, so I've installed the turbo, and I've only done 3 of the 4 bolts. You can see how they're going to screw on like that. I haven't done them hand tight as well because this is only a 3D print plastic. I could easily strip the thread, so I've just left it hand tight, and I think that could work out perfectly, because if you look right there, I'm hoping there'll be enough room to do a turn down. I have the pipe going down there, and these ABS lines, if I could tuck them close to this wall here, they won't be so close to the, particularly there where it's really close. So if I can tuck them in, it won't be close to the heat, and maybe just some heat protection as well. In terms of clearance, I think we're going to be fine for clearance. It's fine there, there's plenty of space there now. Yeah, I think this is going to be the final position of the turbo. I'm hoping I don't need to move ABS. So yeah, it's starting to come together. Like I said though, I am worried that the intake pipe, can go over here, won't fit. That is now the major worry, if I'm honest with you. We'll have to just see. Yeah, if you look at that there, that these bolts here, these studs, should I say, as you can see, they're directly impacted by this, so that means that I'm going to have to get custom intake that comes down here, which is going to be interesting, because I think this is going to be where the complicated stuff is going to be. Definitely is going to be the most complicated stuff. What I might just do is get the Y pipe and throttle body out of here, of the boot. God, that's heavy. Get this pipe here and just sit it on top and just see how it is. I want to do that, I think. So I've decided to do a very rough test fit of the intake manifold, and I guess whatever you call that. But as you can see, it's not looking good. That is touching, and I'm not too sure what I can do about it, to be honest with you. Potentially, maybe. No, I don't think that'll work. Great. So this is the next day. Today I plan on putting some oil in the engine and doing a compression test. So obviously the fuel stuff is all completely off, so I've unplugged the two AFI fuses and put the fuel feed in a funnel which is going to a fuel can down the bottom there. And I'm just catching the fuel, sort of prime the fuel system and just see if we get any fuel come out. Also, obviously the engine has no oil in, and that has come out. The oil dipstick has come out somehow, so I'm gonna have to clean this off, make sure the seal is okay. It looks alright. I think I can see it's opening right down there. Let's see. You can't really see it on the camera. It's right down there, so pop that back in, make sure it's sealed. Let's see. There we go. It's going to be sealed in properly though. I'm not going to be changing the oil filter because it's pointless. It's only doing a simple compression test. I'll also leave this oil in while I drill and tap the holes for the oil return, and then I'll drain the oil out with, just in case it's got any bits of small metal bits in. But yeah, so now it's just to hook the battery on and hope there's any juice left in this battery, enough just to prime the fuel system. So let's just hook the battery back on. Like that. And let's see. I've got a light on the dash, so the door's open. I could hear it. I think I could hear it anyway. Let's see if there's any fuel in here. There's no fuel at the moment coming out of there. Let's just turn it back on. So we didn't get anything sound like the pump was working. Yeah, it's perfectly dry, good. So I've put the dipstick back in, that's pretty solid now I hope. I've also fitted the distributor because that was going to be a pretty big hole into the block there. Or into the head even, sorry. It's still using the old gasket, which is probably not great. I'm hoping it doesn't leak. What I might do is just chuck a shop towel just under there. I think now I'm good to fill it up with some oil. So now we have the oil I'm going to put in. It's all 5W30. I originally got this stuff yesterday because it was the cheapest option. Boxing Day sales, so I got it for like 30 quid, and then this is just some leftover because this is only 5 litres and the engine takes 5.2 without a filter change. So I'll just top it up with this. But yeah, I think I can get to filling. So one last thing I want to do before I chuck some oil in is just want to tighten up the drain plug and just make sure that it's not going to leak when I start throwing some oil in it. That was all tight, so now I'm going to go ahead and throw in some oil. So we're 4 litres in, I'm going to check for any leaks. And we look to be all good, don't see any leaks. So I filled the engine up with oil, and the problem I got was the thing that I was using to put it in wasn't very good, and it ended up going up the sides a few times, and I've noticed it's actually gone into a piston down there. I can see a reflection. It's not good. I think I don't know what I'm going to do, get a shop towel or something, try and dry as much up as I can. But she's got oil now, so well, let's just so the oil will get half into the dipstick, I can go back in. Obviously the oil hasn't circulated around the engine yet, so we'll have to see what that's like in a moment. Okay, so I've decided to just go for it. I'm not going to get the oil out of there, unfortunately. I'll just spill loads all over the rocker cover. But I just looked at the battery and I decided just to go for it. So, key in. I'm not sure how dead the battery is. All on. And now let's. It's not even starting. Even spinning the starter. Okay, so I checked the starter motor, and the starter motor was not plugged in, so let's try it again. It's on position. So now we'll just check and see if there's any oil leaks out anywhere. Don't see any initially. Just check underneath the car. Again, no oil leaks. Check up here. Okay, let's try it again. To the on position, and the oil pressure sensor is not going out. Okay, I'm not seeing any apparent oil leaks, to be honest with you. Very strange. I'm going to look up online. It's definitely turning over. Oh, the time belt is. So see, the time belt is coming off. Is that mean the tension's not working? I'm not sure. After taking the time belt off, I've come to the conclusion that this tensioner is bad. So I'm going to take it off, order a new one. So it's the next day, and I have worked out what my problem was yesterday. Effectively, I was missing this part. This just keeps the timing belt on the crankshaft part down here. And I also found out you can repurpose these. So I've just made up a little thing like these that come in the diagram. I just had an old coat hanger. I just had to grind it down at the bottom, but that is doing the job. So that's what I want to do today is reinstall time belt, install the time belt tensioner, install the time belt holder almost thing that goes on here, and yeah, I think we should be good from there. So after a long struggle, I've got the time belt reinstalled, tensioner reinstalled all correctly. I've added this on because that is what is holding on the guide down there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go crank the engine over and hope that it doesn't come off. It shouldn't do. This will have to come off obviously eventually again. I've got the tool to do that though, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to crank it over to the on position, and then let's see. The time belt is coming forward, but that being said, it's not coming off like it did. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to and throw in the compression tester. Get it done for now. I can worry about this for another day. So off camera, I have been doing the compression tests. I'll just do an example. And it's all been pretty good actually, with the exception of this cylinder 1, which is getting the compression of around 210. I think I got 225 for the first time I did it. The rest are all on average about 180, which is perfect. So I'm not sure why that one's so high compared to the rest. I did spill a little bit of oil on when I was filling up the oil, but otherwise that's good news. Essentially now I can move on to the fun stuff. So I need to get the oil return line and return fitting for the sump. Then that's the whole turbo system set up, and then obviously the intake doesn't fit anymore, so I need to get a power steering reservoir relocator. I need to relocate the battery probably to the boot, because the new intake will probably need to come down here. I'm going to get an, I think, I'm going to butcher the name, a Taku Racing from Australia manifold with a 90mm, I believe it comes with a 90mm intake, throttle body, sorry. And I'll get obviously the throttle cable from them as well. Gonna have to sacrifice cruise control, or whatever, race car. Let's think, is there anything else? Oh, probably to run is, now we'll get it started, I'll probably even need a custom ECU. So that'll be getting swapped out. But for the most part, this is what was done for today, and now on to the next part.